Blessings, blessings, blessings. This is Dr. Angel Williams. I'm just here. Look, we're going to talk about some good stuff tonight. And we're going to keep it short and sweet. Okay? Short and sweet. But it's about your haters. Your haters. We all got haters. If you're a child of God, you're gonna have some haters. Okay? Let me take my glasses now. Let me take the glasses. You're gonna have haters. Okay, you gonna have some people that don't like you, they jealous of you, they want what you have. And the best thing, the best way. So I got several questions, right? But it's all about haters. Okay. The first question they asked me, do I have haters? Yes. Do my haters disturb my peace? No. At one time they did. Because the haters that I had, and we having a conversation, the haters that I had, they were my friends. I had people that were friends with me, was frenemies. I had people that I was cool with, was frenemies. They wasn't for my good. So at the same time, I'm like, dang, I thought you was for me, but the whole time you were against me. So with that being said, y'all, it's like, why people jealous of me? And I'm just a simple black woman. Simple. I don't, I'm not materialistic. I can care less about material. If I like it, I like it. If I got it to get it, I'm gonna get it. That's just how I am. I'm not gonna take or steal from anybody. But if I'm winning, I want my friends to win. If I'm winning, I want my people to win. But I had to learn. You giving all your goods away. Now you to the point where you need a little help. Where your friends at? Can I get prayer? Can I? Nobody here. It used to hurt me because I genuinely wanted my people to be right, but I had to grow up and realize that everybody that's with me is not my friend. You're gonna have people in different seasons of your life that get attached to you that's not supposed to be in your life for no long period of time. But yet, we as women and men, we get attached to people and they're not who they say they are. At the same time, it's this experience in life. I experienced with backbiting. I experienced with the envious behavior. I've experienced the jealousy. I experienced the just wasn't friends. I wasn't your friend. And by me being the baby of two children, and then the children were 13 years apart, I was like, Lord, why is it like this? Why is it like this? Why is it like that? But at the same time, it's like I felt like I was by myself, but then I had to realize God is with me. I'm not by myself. And I saw it for what it was. I'm analyzing, I'm looking at, I'm like, yeah, that's not a friend. That's a snake. You just trifling. You ain't no good. Wow. I'm circling around. A lot of people ain't worth for 10 cents, but I'm the solid one. So you'll always have a person in your life where they ready to get in some drama with you. You're gonna have one that you know they're a real listening ear and they're a prayer warrior in your corner. But then you have some that they love the Lord, but they got many secrets. Then you have some that just they can dish it but can't take it. Then you have some that just double minded. I mean, you just it's so many type of friends out there. But when I think about it, with Jesus, he only had one friend. You're gonna have that one friend that's gonna really be that ride for you. And some people is their spouses. Sometimes God will bless somebody with a good friend, and then they have a wonderful spouse. They're able to grow together and have something and build something and love each other properly. And not saying you ain't gonna go through and face no stuff, but it's just all about getting what's need to be done. Friends. How that song go? How many of us have them? Friends. One you can depend on. Friends. Look, friends. Enemies. Mm. It's sad, y'all. The last question, the next question was, how do you deal with your enemies? Long handle spoon. Long handle spoon. If you got an art with the person, you go to them. And then if you try to go to them and they are not trying to be reasonable with you, then you bring somebody else with you. And this is what the words say. But the only time, if the Lord tell you to do something different, you do something different. If the Lord said, because he's sovereign, he can do whatever you want to do. So if he just say, okay, do it this way, you got to be willing to follow. So I remember one time I had an issue, a different issue in a ministry. And I didn't like how something was being done, but I couldn't embarrass the person at their own event. So every time I try to have a moment where I can try to get them aside, I couldn't. And as the time grew, I got angry and angry and angry. But one thing about me, I'm going to finish my assignment and I'm going to do exactly what I need to do. So, anyway, long story short, I invite the person and the staff, the board, to my house. And that person deliberately came 2 hours late and came late and was already come with anger because she knew something wasn't right. But even then, we separated. Everything went the way they went. We saw each other one time again, and all we did was speak and keep it moving. At the end of the day, it didn't go as planned, but what was spoken, and whether it was taken or not, that wasn't my problem. But I knew that the Lord told me. He said, bring only but the staff, and y'all sit down and talk. And the funny part is, when you face with adversity like that, a lot of people can't trust the Lord because the Lord will change some stuff up on you. He will. He will change some stuff up on you. I don't know how many preachers watch my video, but you ever had what you was going to plan to preach, and the Lord said, no, preach right about this, and you only got 5, maybe minutes to look at and say, Lord, what you want me to say? Tell me what you want me to say so I can pray. And then you write a whole sermon. That's just me. When I did my conference this year, this is 2023. I did it September, on my birthday, September the 9th, 2023. The funny part is, I wasn't going to do no more conferences because I kept getting sabotaged. And the Lord told me not to stop. I said, but Lord, God said, don't stop. Just do it differently, but don't stop. I said, okay, well, I ain't spending nothing but $500. And that's it. I said, Lord, I ain't spending about five, maybe 700 at the most, but I ain't spending nothing else. I ain't spending nothing else, God. Maybe I told the Lord again, no, I'm just $500. That's all I'm spending. Paid 400 for the building, 200 for the food, and $100 for supplies. I got a donation of $200. So all I spent was 500 compared to what I used to spend. You talking about $25 to $3,000 cash. Okay? Cash. $4,000 to have a wonderful conference. And it was glorious. That we have glorious time. But only 20 people showed up, 20 to 25. Sometimes I think 30. And I advertised. I went from city to city. I went from church to church. I went outside the church. I went to the shelters, all that. And still, I said, God, doggone. But I said, all is well. I said, Lord, I'm doing it for you. I ain't doing it for me. But I had enemies sitting at my table. I had enemies sitting in my camp. I had enemies. I'm like, why are they hating on me? And all I would give you the shirt off my back. But I take that back. I would never give nobody the shirt off my back. I will buy them a new shirt. Because see, what I got on is dirty now. If I'm going to put on clean clothes, I'm going to give you clean clothes. There's nothing wrong with hand-me-downs, but they clean. They ain't dirty. I got them on, they dirty. But now if I had to give somebody a shirt and everything was closed, even no shirts around, then I would give them the shirt off my back. But I prefer to buy you a new shirt. I prefer to give you clean food. I prefer to love on you like I just met you. But I had enemies. And how I dealt with them is with a long handled spoon. When you recognize who the enemy is, you know how to move accordingly. I understand you're an enemy. But when you look at the Bible tells you to love your enemies. Pray for them that despitefully use you. Look here, love your enemies that curse you. Pray for them that despitefully you. Lord, come on. You giving all this favor to the enemy. But at the same time, he said, love your enemies. Are you able to love? Are you able to overlook, forgive, let go of the stuff, that trauma that happened? You got to be willing. You got to be willing to let go and let God have it all. A lot of people ain't willing. A lot of people do not want to go through the struggle. A lot of people do not want that trouble. Because loving your enemies, it take work. People really don't love their enemies. But I can look in your face right now. I see y'all as my family. I love my enemies. The old angel might would have did you something. But this angel that the Lord built, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I had family that were enemies. I had coworkers that were enemies. I had enemies all over. And I just didn't understand. I didn't understand, y'all. I was like, whatever. But how you handle your enemies? Love. Ignoring the foolishness. Pulling your tongue. Evil. Love evil. Miserableness. Love miserableness. So if they can make you miserable, they won. So my encouragement to you all, because we all done dealt with enemies, but my encouragement to you is don't allow your enemies to steal your joy. You have to cast your care on the Lord. So whatever it is of that person, you give it to God and give them also to God. Lord, I tried to go to them. It didn't work. So Lord, you have them. Allow your will to be done in their life. Lord, please show them the right way to live, the right way to walk, the right way to talk. Lord, show them. Show them. You got a lot of people, they don't know how to handle the enemy, but you got to deal with your enemies in love. That kills them. Ah, love me, yeah. Blessings, how are you? This is what a smile. Blessings. When I know you talking about me, but blessings. I don't say morning. I say bless. I say shalom, which is peace, peace and blessing. Shalom, blessings, shalom and blessings. Why to say blessings? I want you to be blessed. And I want you to be blessed with the Lord on your side. So my prayers, because it said the prayers of the righteousness, all right, it's power with the righteous prayers. All right. Play with it if you want to. But other than that, y'all, those are my 3 questions. Deal with the people that hate you in love. Get out your feelings. Learn to forgive and let go so you can be the best you for you. So you got to think about it. It's what God has for you. Who is Yah to you? Whether you call him Jesus or Yahshua, serve him well and allow your lifestyle to match. Time out for these double-minded minds. Oops. We'll talk about that next time. But again, this is Royal Wednesdays podcast. I'm just a beginner, y'all. I got my little light and this, that, and the third. I ain't big time. But it's going to be one day that a God is going to blow up everything around me. And it's blessing after blessing because this is my season. And I'm here for a reason. I said it. I said it. Don't try to copycat, but I said it. I love you. God bless you. And have a wonderful, wonderful night.